Hello, hello, good afternoon. How you doing today? My name is Adeyemi Adeniyi, the number one bishop of real estates in Africa. I'm here this afternoon to inspire you this Friday once again. And this Friday, I am doing a topic that borders on work with professionals you can trust. I'm doing a topic this afternoon that is titled Work with Professionals You Can Trust. Work with professionals you can trust. I'm so happy to be here this afternoon, and it brings me great delight and joy to know that I've got friends and families on my Facebook page and on also my Instagram wall. I'm so glad and I'm elated. Thank you so much, and the Lord bless you. I'm so grateful to God for yet another day that God has made us to see. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon on Inspiring Friday with Adeyemi Adeniyi, the number one bishop of real estate in Africa. I'm so glad to have watching me this afternoon one of my honorables, one of the great men that is doing great in the world of education today. That's in person of Honorable Ahmed Omishori. I'm so happy to have you this afternoon, sir. God bless you. Yes, my topic today is on working with professionals you can trust. Many people have been swindled, many people have been duped, many people have had stories to tell that are not good for the ears. That's why a lot of questions come to me from time to time on who can I work with, who can I trust. We have many Nigerians in diaspora who are, in the United States, who are in the United Kingdom, who are in Russia, who are in various parts of Europe generally, who actually have been duped at one time or the other. So the question comes to me, who can we trust? Who can we actually, send money to represent our interest, to buy that dream house, to buy that dream land, to buy whatever you, that you might be thinking of that has to do with property. A lot of people don't want to just end their journey over there. Many people want to come back home, but they are not encouraged. Many people are not encouraged. They have family members, even close family members, who have swindled them. If the close relatives are not swindling them, it might be Omonile this time around. People have actually had one bitter tale to tell or the other when it comes to real estate investment, and that's why I've decided to do this topic today. That's who can I work with. The real topic is work with professionals. Work with professionals, those who will give you peace of mind. Now, let me start by first of all acknowledging the presence of Ogundare Rachel. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Miriam Okonye, Aremo Reson Oluwasegun Collins. I'm so happy to have you here this afternoon. And many of my families who are watching me right now via different social media networks, I welcome you also this afternoon. Pastor Tony Asukor also is watching me this afternoon. I welcome you also. God bless you. Please pardon me this afternoon. I am discharging excess water. Hallelujah. Number one bishop of real estate in Africa, Adeyemi Adeniyi. The Lord bless you in Jesus' name. Now, who is a professional? Who is a professional? Let me start this afternoon by saying who is a professional. And also, before I define who a professional is, I'd like to wish my brother, my pastor, Adeyemi, a happy birthday today. The Lord bless you. The Lord bless you in the name of Jesus. Fresh oil, fresh grace in Jesus' name. Pastor Adeyemi, this is Adeyemi Adeniyi, the #1 bishop of real estate in Africa, that is wishing you happy birthday. And also, I want to wish my mother, one of my foster parents, that's in person of Mrs. Atere Olabosepo Cynthia. She was a year older also yesterday. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. The Lord bless you, ma. Thanks for always being there. That was the woman who gave me the first phone that I used in starting my business ever in life. That was the beginning of the business thing in me coming out alive. God bless you. I appreciate you, Pastor Tony Asuko, Ola Yemi Fumilayo. I celebrate you too. Samson Smile Concept Amino, I celebrate you too. The Lord bless you. The Lord bless you in Jesus' name. Now, let me start. Who is a professional? Who is a professional? I'm ready to take views from you. For many of you who are watching me live on Facebook, please help me share this video and let somebody know that something great is happening this afternoon. Adeyemi Adeniyi is my name, the #1 bishop of real estate in Africa. And my topic today on Inspiring Friday with Adeyemi Adeniyi is work with professionals. Work with professionals. And I did say, who is a professional? Who is a professional? Now, I've been able to get definitions of who a professional is from the Oxford Advanced English Dictionary. Who is a professional? Who is a professional? And I got it as a person competent or skilled in a particular activity. A professional is a person competent or skilled in a particular activity. And also, the Oxford Dictionary also gave me another definition of who a professional is. And it says, a professional is one who engaged in a specified activity as one's main paid occupation rather than as an amateur. Now, a professional is someone who engaged in a specified activity, who is paid occupation rather than as an amateur. I mean, a professional is one who engages in a specified activity. They are not everywhere. They are not jumping from one job to the other. They know them for something. And I'd like to say this afternoon, when your name is mentioned, what would you be known for? When the name you bear is mentioned, what comes to people's mind? I mean, when they mention your name, what exactly is that thing that comes to the mind of the people? I mean, you can be a professional, footballer. You can be a professional basketballer. You can be a professional fashion designer. You can be a professional mechanic. You can be a professional spare parts seller. But what I'm saying this afternoon is, when your name is mentioned, what comes to the mind of the people? Now, we have many people who are jack of all trade, who are master of none. You can't be everything to everybody. You have to pick your line and stay there where God has called you. I repeat again. You have to pick the area that God has called you into and stay in there. Now, for everyone that God has created, I'd like to let you know that there is none of them who is useless. God has created each one of us to be useful, and He has given us a pattern or a particular field where we should operate. Now, having known the definition of who a professional is, do not forget today I'm saying work with professionals you can trust. Now, buyers and sellers want to do business with a professional, they can trust. Now, you satisfy their needs. That is, when I talk about the need, I'm talking about the property. If you give them their need and wants, which are, all other extra features in the property they are looking for, talking about the garden, the parking, the pre-seat, the private lounge, and so on, of your clients, they might refer you to others. And also remember you when they are ready to purchase another property. And this happens if you earn their trust and confidence. Debola Adeyemi, I welcome you all the way from United Kingdom. Sami Igo from Abuja, I also welcome you. Jerry Daily Taiwo, I welcome you. Bada Elizabeth, I welcome you. You're welcome this afternoon to Inspiring Friday with Adeyemi Adeniyi, the #1 bishop of real estate in Africa. Now, be careful of working with half-baked professionals. Be careful of working with half-baked professionals. Be careful of working with half-baked professionals. Now, I must let you know that we have many people who have delved into the world of real estate. Everybody cannot be a realtor. Now, there was a time I did a series on the difference between an agent and a realtor. Oh, many people who introduce themselves as a realtor. We have very few realtors in Nigeria, and that's the honest truth, because a realtor is licensed to do the business of real estate, and you must go through an examination. You must go through trainings for you to be a certified realtor. So who you are is an agent. Now, in this part of the world, who many of us are, we are real estate agents. You can be a realtor, but you must be a certified individual for you to be a realtor. And in this part of the world, it's been observed that very few people actually go to seek the advice of a realtor. Let it come to your mind and think about it. When was the last time you wanted to buy a property, or you want to even make an inquiry about a property, and you walked into the office of a realtor to say, I need your counsel on this? It's very rare. What most people do is they just want to work with an agent who is the link between a buyer and a seller. They work with an agent who is the link between a buyer and a seller. They work with an agent who is the link between a buyer and a seller. Now, let me let you know that for you to become an agent, you don't need any extra skill. All you need to know is just to be sure that you have a good knowledge of the product you want to sell. All you need to know as an agent is to have a good product knowledge of what you want to sell. Adunloju Adenubi Kikelemo, I welcome you. B-Max Innovation on the way from United States, I welcome you this afternoon. Now, there are signs to watch out for in order to identify a professional you can trust. There are signs to watch out for in order to identify a professional you can trust. Number one, they listen to your need as a client. A good professional, or a professional that they listen to the needs of the clients. They listen to the need of the clients. That means they listen more and talk less. Now, home buyers are specified and known exactly what they are looking for in a house. The person buying the home, they have specific and they know exactly what they are looking for in a house. So their perfect home may not exist, but if you listen and prioritize their wants, you can locate a property that is suitable for their family. And I wrote here that an example of this is a client with 10 family members, father, mother, 5 children, and 2 parents. Talking about just 2, the father and the mother, as their parents, and 1 help. That makes it 10. Now, if they are dealing with a professional, he or she will know you don't need less than a minimum of 4 bedroom plus 1 room BQ bungalow for them. Now, for everyone who is buying into any property part time, who is speaking to you, you may see them as a novice, but I can tell you, anybody who is speaking to you, talking to a professional, they assume that you know better than them. But I can tell you, many people who are seeking your advice may be savvy more than you do. They may actually know more about property purchase and property investment more than you do. But of course, many people would not in any way let you know what they do need into a real estate property. You must ensure that you actually do more of the listening rather than talk more. Thank you so much, Madam Kike Lomo. Now, I am saying this afternoon that one of the signs to watch out for in order to identify a professional you can trust is a professional listens more and talk less. Number 2 sign for you to identify a professional that you can work with is ask of their track record. If you want to know who a professional is, ask of their track record. And I jotted something here. I said, don't be afraid to ask about the profile of whoever is getting you a property. Don't be afraid to ask of the track record of whoever is getting property for you. I mean, that is, I wrote an example here. I said, I was trained by the MD of Property Man Real Estate Investment Limited, and I was privileged to build the first Grenadines home in Africa, in the world at large. That is in Life Camp, Abuja. Now, I can boldly say I was trained by a professional in person of Adeyemi. Now, if anybody is going to get you a property, before you can entrust your money into anybody's hands, ask them, who trained you? I don't know if you got me well. Now, if you want to entrust your funds into the hands of anyone, ask them a simple question: who trained you? Now, by the time you begin to ask that, then you will know whether real estate is the core of the individual in question, or real estate is just something on the side that is coming into to come and do for money. So it's important for you to ask who trained you. Number 3 signs to watch out for in order to identify who a professional is they are not overconfident. A professional is not an overconfident individual. They are not people who overpromise and underdeliver. To a professional, remember that you are not the only one the client is speaking to. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. It is better for you to over deliver and under promise. Never as a professional over promise and under deliver. Now, I can tell you for real and for sure that remember that you are not the only one they are speaking to. They are 100% guarantees in real. There are no 100% guarantees in real estate. Now, this is where a lot of people actually run into troubles. Now, you are selling a plot of land, for instance, to an individual, and you are so sure to give the individual, so much assurance that in the next 1 year, that is 12 months, I can assure you a light rail will be passing through this place. There will be an helipad shuttle around here. Are you the one in power? You are not the government. This is where a lot of trust are broken. Now, please do not over promise and under deliver. Now, when a client, for instance, is giving you a property for you to sell, don't say you can sell it in 3 months when you don't have control over the people who are releasing the funds. So, please, there are no 100% guarantees in real estate. So, professionals, don't give you definite time frame that development will come to an axis when you are buying. For instance, I can tell you for free that while I was at my last job in Property Man Real Estate Investment Limited, and at that time we're selling an estate somewhere along Papa Lanto Expressway off Mowe Father. At that time, we heard in the news, we heard everywhere that Lagos Ibadan Expressway was going to be fixed, that it was going to be expanded. I'm talking about 2008, 2009. Now, this is 2017. 8 years down the line, I can tell you that the road is undergoing construction as promised many years ago. Imagine if we had promised a whole lot of customers that in the next 1 year, this will be fixed. The issue of trust will have been eroded. So, as professionals, make sure whoever you are speaking to that wants to buy into your real estate, that you want to entrust your money into, I can tell you that a whole lot of them are actually have deep understanding, and they may be very savvy in the area of real estate. I welcome Olori Sanusi into my platform this afternoon. You are welcome to AARATv. AARA is Adeyemi Adeniyi Real Estate Academy Television. I welcome you this afternoon, and I also want to welcome Pastor Ojoluwafemi. You are welcome in Jesus' name. That's my very good friend and good pastor doing exploits for Christ all over the entire world. I welcome you in Jesus' name. Now, I can tell you these are 3 points that you must consider as signs for you to identify who you can entrust your money into. I celebrate you, Mosa. I celebrate you, Pastor Femi Ojo. I celebrate you in Jesus' name. Now, let me move on by saying, why do you need a professional you can trust? Why do you need a professional you can trust? Number one, there might be stormy situations in property acquisition which might come unannounced. There might be stormy situations in property acquisition which might come unannounced. When you are not dealing with a professional, there will be issues at that point. Now, you need to work with a professional because there might be stormy situations in property acquisition which might come to you unannounced. For instance, Omonile can start trouble. Oni Biko, Oni Woko. I mean, that's the people who planted on the land. They may start their problem. I mean, you may buy into properties that might be under committed acquisition that the government might not release again. Now, it's important for you to know that the reason why you need to work with a professional is simply because there might be stormy situations in property acquisition which might come unannounced. There are storms in this type of job, but I can tell you, you can weather the storm when you are dealing with a professional. You can weather the storm when you are dealing with a professional. I also want to say well done to my friend and brother, Stephen Akitayo. Thank you so much. You're welcome. That's my brand manager. I'm my online brand manager. I welcome you this afternoon. Thank you so much for the good job God is doing through you around the world. I also want to welcome my sister, my sister doing exploits in Qatar. Adeniyi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Madam Oderi-Law Taiwo, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You're welcome in Jesus' name. All right. Now, I said the reasons why you need to work with a professional that you can trust are: one, there might be stormy situations in property acquisition which might come unannounced. And when these situations come, you may and you will definitely need the service of a professional. This is one of the reasons why you need to work with a professional. When the storm comes, you will need them. I remember a scenario many years ago while I was with my former employer, Adeyemi, the MD of Property Mart Investment Limited, that we had an issue on site where all the tools were carted away. Omonile came, they started shooting on ground, they started shooting everyone they can see, and people escaped. At that point, we needed, if we weren't professionals, of course we will have lost that estate, we will have lost that battle. At that point, we had the next thing for you to do was to, one, calm the situation. Nobody must panic at that time. Of course, I'm talking about year 2009, and we had to put some phone calls through. We had to, involve the head or the chairman of Monile, in the southwest. Before we knew what was going on, the whole matter was resolved. The reason why you need to involve a professional is there might be stormy situations, and you will always need the service of a professional. Number two, what are the reasons why you need a professional you can trust? Number two is professionals have in their teams other professionals that can undo other areas of property acquisition. Professionals have in their team other professionals that can undo other areas of property acquisition. Now, I'm talking about in their team would have an architect, structural engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, quantity surveyors, realtors, valuers, and so on and so forth. Now, when you work with a professional, the reason why you need to work with one is because they have in their team other professionals that can handle other areas of property sales or property acquisition. Now, don't just look at the fact that you'll be involving sentiment in acquiring a property, in trying to sell off a property. Please do not in any way, I repeat, do not in any way do it because of sentiments. Many have been swindled, many have been duped, many have been robbed due to sentiments that they have accommodated. By the grace of God, next month, July 2017, and all through the month of August, I'll be in the United States by the grace of God to do, this. There are many Nigerians in the diaspora who wants to invest back home in Nigeria, but they are afraid to put their money down. A lot of people have invited me to come and speak to them. What are the prospects that we have in this country? And sincerely, there are a lot of prospects in Nigeria, but just that the issue of trust has been bastardized. Now, if you are anywhere in the United States of America, you can give me a call on 080-372-15368, 080-372-15368, and I'll be glad to come to your station, any of your states in the United States of America. I'll be down there from the middle of this month up to the end of August, by the grace of God, to speak to you about the prospects that Nigeria has got in the area of real estate. Now, let me continue by also saying that reasons why you need to involve a professional you can trust. Number 3 is professionals have a relationship with the Ministry of Lands personnel, and as such, they get good advice. Professionals, they have a relationship with the Ministry of Lands personnel, and as such, they get good advice. For instance, getting a land for someone in Zone 5 in Abuja. This woman was so much in a hurry. She was willing to get this particular land, and the land was worth about 50 million naira. And she was saying, Niyi, please get me this property. I want to pay. The money is just lying fallow in my account. And I know that even though at that point she might be in a hurry to acquire this property, but I know for sure that sometimes in the nearest future, if there is a problem with that particular property, she will definitely come back to me. So I needed to satisfy my curiosity and be sure that this land is free from any government known acquisition. Now, by the time I continued with my search, I did a search in Aegis, I did a search at different places to certify the authenticity of the property. Much later I got to know that the particular land we're talking about, even though it was presently on the system, but it was a carved out plot. What does that mean? The plot was carved out. It was originally not assigned to be a plot. Because why? There are utility cables under the plots for the whole environments. There were utility cables under that particular plot for the whole area. Now, the place was actually a basement. Now, it was covered with concrete, but over the years now, rubbles, sand, everything had come on it, and grass began to grow on it. So when you get to that particular area, you would see that was the only empty plot amidst development. So when they are taking you to a plot that is just standing there and you can see full development all around, ask questions. That was how God saved me, and I was able to save my clients from buying a plot that had utility cables all under it to the tune of 50 million naira. Even though the transaction, I couldn't get it through, but I thank God I didn't get myself into trouble. Now, let's move forward. Now, number 4 is, now you may desire, the reason why you need a professional you can trust is you may desire to excuse me please, you may desire to flip or resell what you are buying today. for something better in the nearest future. You may desire to flip or resell what you are buying today for something better in the nearest future. And so you will need a professional. I welcome my brother also, Adeyemi Kehinde. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome in the name of Jesus. Now, you may desire to resell or flip what you are buying today for something better in the nearest future. That is the reason why you need to deal with a professional. Now, I can tell you that there are still other signs to watch out for. Other signs to watch out for when you are, going to be involved in a professional. There are signs to watch out for in order to identify who a professional is. And the number three, continue with number three. Before now, I have done number one. I say they listen to you, they listen to the clients the more. A professional listen more, they talk less, they listen more. And I said number two is ask of their track record. These are things to watch out for when you want to involve a professional before you are buying into a property. Ask of their track record. I said number three is they are not overconfident. They are not overconfident. Number four is they are always a step ahead of the clients. They are always a step ahead of the clients. They know more than the clients. So they possess a good product knowledge of your need. They are not moved by the commission, but willing to serve or offer service. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. They are always a step ahead of the clients. I'm still talking about the signs to watch out for. I'm done with the reasons you need a professional. Right now, I'm speaking on the signs to watch out for to identify a professional. And I said number one is they listen to the client's need. They talk less, the client talk more. Number two is they always have a track record. Number three is they are not overconfident. And number four is they are always a step ahead of the clients. They possess a good product knowledge of your need. They are not moved by the money they're going to make from you. They are interested in serving you and offering service to you. And number five is they keep in touch. The signs to watch out for in a client is, a professional is they keep in touch. They keep in touch. Even if the deal hasn't been closed, they are people you can easily reach on urgent matters. For instance, there was a time a friend of mine who is a professional got a property on rent for a client. Now, I call it a water house. It was so bad at that time to the point that, they were in flood. And I noted here, I said I was going to tell you, my viewers, this afternoon, that when you are buying that property, when you are renting that property, ensure that you are doing that during rainy season. When you are getting any property, when you are going to buy that property, when you're going to rent that property, ensure you are doing that during rainy season. Because when you do it during dry season, you don't know the reaction of flood for that access. Now, this professional friend of mine got a property for someone, and even he himself didn't know that the area was prone to flood. Now, the client already rented the apartments, and at a time, the client, in his wisdom, just said, "Excuse me, Mr. So, please can you come over to my house for dinner?" My professional friend went there, and he was swimming. He swam his way to the client's sitting room, and he could see for himself that everywhere was flooded with water. So I said I was going to tell you this afternoon, my friends, my family watching me right now on Facebook, that please ensure that you are going to be getting properties during raining season, so you can see things for yourself, so that you don't look embarrassed or disappointed when rain comes. So a professional always keep in touch. Even when the deal is yet to be closed, they always stay in touch. Number six, they offer the service of an advisor. They offer the service of an advisor. They graduate from being your professional agents to being an advisor. Oh, they graduate from being a property agent to being an advisor. They don't just stop at being just selling to you, or I mean, as a realtor or as an agent or whoever they come to you as, but they graduate from being that to being an advisor. I've had many people that I've come across who never bought the property that I presented to them or that I marketed them in, but we're still friends till today. They ask me questions about an area they want to invest in. Because I don't have what they are looking for today does not mean I won't have what they are looking for tomorrow. We are still best of friends. So now I give them advice, and some people among them may even pay for those advice today. What I'm saying is this, that they ensure that they graduate from being ordinary professional agent to being an advisor to you. These are signs to watch out from a professional that you want to entrust your money with, your hard saved or your hard earned money. Before you can entrust it in the hands of anybody, just ensure that you have confirmed that this man, this woman, this company has a genesis of where they are coming from. I tell you, please do not invest sentimentally. Do not hand over your funds into the hands of anybody that you just feel this is just somebody I can just throw my money around with. Ensure that you are dealing with a professional. Ensure that you are dealing with somebody that you will have peace of mind about. I welcome Esther Alexandra. I welcome Sadiq Abedin. I welcome you this afternoon to AARATv. Adeyemi Adeniyi Real Estate Academy Television. You are welcome in Jesus' name. All right. If you have questions, you can please let your questions be rolling in right now. I don't want to spend too much of your time. It's been a wonderful time speaking this afternoon on working with a professional. If you have questions, you can please send me your questions right now on Facebook, on Instagram. You can send me your question on my email address. You can, yes, a trusted company must be involved. Yes, that's coming from Samson Smile Concept Amino. Yes, a trusted company trusted company must be involved. You must be buying, you must be involving a trusted company. And like I said the other time, by the grace of God, I'll be in the United States of America, in different states of the United States. All the way from the middle of this month, the middle of next month, July, up to the end of August. I'll be doing, in different places. I'll be talking to many Nigerians in the diaspora who want to invest back home, but who wants to deal with a professional. By the grace of God, have been trained by the MD, directly of Property Mart Investment Limited, in person of Adeyemi, and I can tell you for free that I was really trained and thoroughly trained. I've paid my dues. By the grace of God, I was sent forth honorably. I was prayed for. I was sent for, and by the grace of God, Trumpville Investment Limited, where I happen to be the managing director, started in 2014 after I was sent forth from Property Man Real Estate Investment Limited, after seeing to the pre-delivery, bath, and post-delivery of about 6 different estates while with the company, both in Lagos, Ogun State, and also in Abuja. And within 3 years of our operation in Trumpville Investment Limited, God has helped us to see to the bath of about 4 different estates, both in Lagos and in Ogun State. So I'm not talking to you only about theory. I'm telling you about practicals. So in case you want to invest or you are looking for a professional to deal with, my name is Adeyemi Adeniyi, the #1 bishop of real estate in Africa. I do this every Friday, 3 p.m. Nigerian time. You can join me any part of the world where you find yourself. You can watch this video afterwards. You can share this video. I welcome my friend, my sister, my young friend, that is Nana John, all the way from a part of the world that's I remember, yeah, that's in one of the European countries. I welcome you in Jesus' name. You're welcome. How is your family doing? You're welcome. All right. So like I was saying the other time, I can tell you that in case you want me to speak to a group of people in the United States during my stay over there, you can ring me or send me a message. You want to book me to come and speak, you can send me an email at pniyi2010@yahoo.com. 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 Or you can send me on my official email address is me at adeyemi@adeniyi.com. me@adeyemi@adeniyi.com. 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 Or you can book me, sending an email to bookme, bookme @adeyemi@adeniyi.com. bookme @adeyemi@adeniyi.com. Or you can send me a private mail on pniyi2010@yahoo.com. Excuse me, pniyi2010@yahoo.com. 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 And in case you want me to come and set up a process for you, you want me to come and set up a particular structure for you, you want to put a structure in place, you are setting up a real estate company, you want me to come and train your sales staff, or you actually want me to train sales staff even in other field of endeavor apart from real estate, because selling is universal. It's just a formula that must be applied. If you want me to train on sales, by the grace of God, I'm doing about a decade experience. I'm experienced in sales. By the grace of God, I can train them anywhere in the world. By the grace of God, I can tell you, God is doing something great. God is doing something special. God is doing something supernatural. You want to invest? Please feel free to call me. You want to sell a property? You want to do a joint venture partnership? Please feel free to call me. And I have various materials for sale in case you want to buy materials on real estate, like all my years of labor with my employer while I was getting trained under him. I've packaged everything in a CD on how to package an estate. I title it the A to Z of packaging an estate for any dummy. The A to Z of packaging an estate for any dummy. Now, this is a guide that will help you when you want to package an estate, even though you don't know anything about an estate. This is what you can learn from. You can, chat me up. You can chat me up. You can chat me up at any time just to know, all you need to know. You want to buy some of my materials. You want me to mentor you. You want me to train you. In any area, as it concerns real estate, I can tell you this is what I do every day, and I've been consistently doing it for over 10 years now, by the grace of God, and I have proofs to show. I have something to show by the grace of God. So please do not forget, if I have a quick recap to all we said today, I said a professional is someone who is competent or skilled in a particular activity. And I did said that the reason why you need to involve a professional is simply because there might be stormy situations in the property acquisition which might come unannounced. So when it comes, you need a professional to get it resolved for you. And number two is professionals have in their team other professionals that can handle other areas of property acquisition. And number three is professionals have a relationship with the Ministry of Land personnel, and as such, they get good advice. Number four is you may desire to flip that property you are acquiring today, and of course you will still need a professional to assist you in flipping it at any given time. And I did said there are signs to watch out for when you want to identify who a professional is. They listen more, they talk less. And number two is there are people who have track record. They are coming from somewhere. A great man said, success has many fathers, failure is an offering. So they have track record. They are coming from somewhere. Number three is they are not overconfident. When you see someone who is bragging and boasting, then he is not a professional. He's just talking too much. This is better to under promise and over deliver. Please, when you are talking to somebody who is talking more, please, you can imagine, do not engage them. And number 4 is they are always a step ahead of the client. They have a good product knowledge of what they are telling you about. Number 5 is they keep in touch. Even when the deal doesn't sail through, they still keep in touch. And number 6 is they offer the service of an advisor. They graduate from being your professional agent to being an advisor. Once again, I want to say welcome, Labakene Oguntade. Anyway, you came in a good time, but I'm signing out right now. My name is Adeyemi Adeniyi, the #1 bishop of real estate in Africa. You can send me a text on 080-372-15368. 080-372-15368. Or in case you want to book me, you want me to come and speak to your staffs, you want me to come and inspire them, you want me to come and tell them how it pays to serve. I've served for years and I have results to show by the grace of God. Please send me an email on pniyi2010@yahoo.com. 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 Or you can send me a message on my Facebook page. If you have questions on what I've discussed today, working with the professionals, you can send me a message on my Facebook wall. You can send me a message anywhere on any of the social media platform, on my Instagram, adeyemi.adeniyi, on my Twitter handle @PastorNeyo. Anytime. And if you need materials on real estates, you can be sure of getting the best from me. I'll be here again by the grace of God next week. Friday on AARATv, AARATv, Adeyemi Adeniyi Real Estate Academy Television. And by the grace of God, if you want to make inquiry about some of the properties that you can benefit from, you can easily walk up to Trumville Investment Limited. Trumville Investment Limited is located at number 25, House 2, number 25, Salvation Road, Okpebi in Ikeja. House 2, number 25, Salvation Road in Ikeja. You can get properties at an affordable rate. I can assure you that you have peace of mind dealing with us. And by the grace of God, you can go to sleep when you acquire any property with us. Till I have you again next week, Friday. Please don't forget, Wednesday, I found something. On Wednesday, 7:30 a.m. in the morning, I found something Wednesday with Adeyemi Adeniyi. And on Friday, Inspiring Friday, 3 p.m. Nigerian time. Till I have you again, I want to say love you. Have a great weekend. Again, happy birthday, Pastor Yemi Dowu. Happy birthday to Mommy Cynthia, Atere, all the way in United States. The Lord bless you. The Lord bless you. The Lord bless you. I love you all. Till I see you again. Have a most refreshing weekend. Bye for now.